And it is match number 2 for your Sunday triple header. We are live at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, and the Philippines Football League is back to bring you some more action. And this time around, this is gonna be such a rocking game. Another game that could shake the upper half of the table. We have Maharlika FC taking on one Taguig FC. Two teams who is currently neck and neck in the third and fourth position, but sharing the same number of points. Both of these teams have had very different beginnings, very similar in the sense that how they were built and how they were envisioned by their owners, but at the same time, very different as well. And so far, the journey has just been great for both of these teams in the 2025 season. So, looking at both of these teams right now, we have Maharlika Taguig. We have, Maharlika FC used to be Maharlika Taguig, and now in their place, one Taguig. Tactically speaking, both of them aren't quite alike. What do you think, Tasha?
That's right. When you think of Maharlika this season, they really are revamped all throughout the squad, especially with the addition of the new coach, head coach Moon Hong, in charge of taking the lead for Maharlika. They won their first game against Deloitte. They lost against Digger, but it was a close one, 3-2. Then they got a win versus Garelli. One lonesome goal there. They lost next to Aguila, so it was a shaky start. Win-loss, win-loss. Eventually, building up to this game against one Taguig, they are coming from back-to-back big margin wins against Army and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. And you feel that this revamped squad is just oozing with confidence coming into this momentum for this matchup.
Well, looking at the starting 11 of Maharlika FC, so far, you like what you said. This is a revamped team. There is some additions, some injections, and so far, comparing to how they were faring in the previous seasons, confidence should be at a very high right now.
That's right. And you take a look at their first 11. They want to build on the continuity and the momentum that they had from the last game. So in this first 11, only one change for the side of Coach Moon Hong. So one defensive change. Nicolas Ferrer will be starting today instead of the usual Marzan. So the back line, Balobo will be the goalkeeper, the back line of Park, Menzi, Lucindo, and Ferrer. In the middle of the park, you have Kang and Yong-suk. Kim on the left, Giganto on the right. Two players up on top, Ibrahim and Aristorenas.
So, player to watch for Maharlika. Right now, we have been looking at his performance, but Kim has had 2 goals to his name and 4 assists so far, the top assists for Maharlika Taguig. Should he be that kind of a player that we should watch?
So Jinhyun Kim, definitely a player to watch in this matchup. He's able to create chances for them, but also help set up his teammates to be able to score. He will play such a key figure in this matchup against one Taguig, not only on the attacking end, but on the defensive end as well.
Well, we have here the coach from Maharlika, Hong Moon, with some words before the game.
Maharlika has never beaten one Taguig before in their club history, so I'm really looking forward to make that win today. I know it's going to be a tough game. Since they beat Kaya, they're going to be on a good momentum to it. But I think today, I don't think it will be a draw. Either side's going to win, but I'm going for all in. Either we win big, or either we might lose big. But I want to push my team forward and play the way we've been playing. So I'm hoping to get that win.
Wow. I really love that kind of mindset right now. Either go big or or go bust. And currently they are 3-0 here for they have lost 3 games in a row for one Taguig. Really big margins in the previous ones, 3-0, 5-0, and the 1-3.
But this is, of course, a very different Maharlika. As we've mentioned, with the introduction of Coach Moon Hong, you feel that he has also been able to get the most of his players with the likes of Aristorenes. When you have a head coach so capable of understanding the team that he has, he is able to get the most of the players that he has available to him to be able to really play in the way that he wants. And you could feel that there's this sense of camaraderie for the side of Maharlika, especially when you heard the interview that he had with PFL Bible. He really has a good head on his shoulder, itong si Coach Moon Hong.
Well, that's exactly what we're hoping for. But on the opposite side of the field is one Taguig FC, fresh off of that win against the defending champions, against the team that's currently in the lead, which is Kaya FC. One Taguig must be on a different kind of high this time.
That's right. They only lost one game so far, so they had two big wins when they opened their account this season. They beat Cebu and they beat Aguilas. They eventually lost to Digger, but you could see the adjustments that they made. They beat Army, a big 13-0 win, and then the big test was against Kaya. And to get that win against them and putting them to back-to-back wins coming into this game, they will also be another team as well. So both teams will be oozing with that confidence coming into this matchup. Both teams want to continue on that great momentum that they have to really fight it on for the top of the table. As we all know, at the moment, One Taguig are number 3 in the table and Maharlika are number 4. As you mentioned, more matches played by Maharlika rather than One Taguig, but both tied with 12 points. So whoever wins today can secure that third spot and actually even go higher up to second.
Wow. Well, we are now about to show you the current lineup of One Taguig. A couple of changes here from their game-winning match with Kaya. So what do you say of this transition?
So for One Taguig, as you've mentioned, they've made some tweaks into the back. So this time around, they're playing with that 3-back of Halm, Forzuelo, and Akoto. Only one change for the lineup of Coach Scott Cooper from their last game against Kaya FC. So Hiraishi will be part of that first 11. He will play that attacking midfielder role, and he's taking the spot of Agyamang. So on the left will be Sato, on the right is Bias. That midfield trio of Hiraishi, So, and Hartman. And the players up on top, Reichelt and Casemiro.
All right. Well, now for the player to watch, we have been looking at the stats here. Patrick Reichelt has had 5 goals to his name, 2 assists, a real contributor to the current goal-scoring momentum that One Taguig has. What do you say of it?
And Patrick Reichelt is always a player that you can count on. He is a new addition to One Taguig, but he has boosted this squad, has already got directly into be able to scoring goals, creating chances, and always deadly when he has the ball. And of course, alongside him, players to watch out for in this match as well are the likes of Mark Hartman. In that game versus Kaya FC, Mark Hartman really controlled that midfield, dictated the game, gave pinpoint accurate deliveries. So the likes of Reichelt and Mark Hartman, these are 2 players that will definitely play key figures in this matchup against Maharlika.
Well, we have Scott Cooper here with some words before the game as well.
To give credit to Maharlika, they're having a good season. They've got themselves in 4th place in the league. For us, it's really about consistency. You know, last time we played well for 2 games, we lost the game directly after to Manila Diggers, so we need to make sure we back up last week's performance and keep pushing the team the levels up, and just looking for consistency and composure in the game. And so let's hope it's a good football game for the fans.
And that would be Coach Scott Cooper, former national team and now head of One Taguig FC.
There were a lot of talks as well as he wasn't available and wasn't here during that win that One Taguig had against Maharlika, against Kaya rather, in their previous outing. But good to see Coach Scott Cooper back in the lead and in charge for the side of One Taguig.
Now that could spell something, of course. That means that his absence might have something different in store. This could be a different One Taguig that the Maharlika is facing right now. But the only way to find out is to watch the actual match. So we are just moments away from it right now. And I am getting a bit excited here because, like I said, this is really going to change the positioning. It will for certain, for sure, change the complexity of how the other competitors are looking at the league table right now.
Yes, this is a big game, and both these teams want to make a big statement. And for them to really say that they are title contenders, or as in Coach Scott Cooper's words, that you're a team that want to have that consistency up on top, you have to win a game like this.
Well, without further ado, we're going to take it all to the field for the match proceedings. We'll be right back with you. Well, this is quite interesting to see right now. We have both of these teams with something to give. By the way, our referee for today is Meliton Pelayo, assisted by Ryan Flores and Hussein Mag-Usara, with our fourth official, KB Manyola. So, one of the interesting things to look at here is, like what we said, this is a fresher start for Maharlika. They have, well, to be honest, they haven't been in this similar position in the previous seasons. They've been struggling for form. They've been looking for their identity. This could be a chance for them to really step into the game, really show that that the potential that they were building towards this is still there.
That's right. And for this side of Maharlika, under, of course, their head coach, Munahog, has really been able to transform this Maharlika team into a contender for the top 6. Could be a title contender as well. That was a closer look, as well as Darren Hartman and Coach Scott Cooper on the bench there for one Taguig. Here is their starting 11. As we've mentioned, they've made a lot of adjustments since that loss to Manila Digger. That has really helped them put them on the right trajectory, winning against Kaya in this 3-5-2 formation.
It's quite interesting as well, because that means that they are either taking a lot of chances by putting a lot of people forward, or they plan on putting a lot of people back as well. But that the speculation time is over. We are just a few seconds away from kickoff here, and looks like it would be Maharlika to kick us off in their white and pinks, which is a new kit which is a new kit for this season. A good color scheme for them. And moving the opposite direction is one Taguig.
And the interesting thing, of course, with these two teams squaring off, that they do both have master tacticians as their head coaches. two coaches who are so good, you could see at player management as well as creating tactics to help them adjust throughout the game rather than just fixed on a certain way of playing.
And that's important as well because, yeah, it's important for a manager to have that principle, to have some sort of real overall game plan, but you also have to be able to adjust to your opponent, to whomever you're facing, and to the situation. Well, speaking of the situation, we have a Maharlika player on the ground this early in the game. Wala pang isang minuto. That looks to be Kim on the ground, but good thing he is up again. Oh, that is Kangra. Well, Maharlika restarting. Long pass trying to expose possible chinks in the One Taguig's armor. And that was a really close one there, but Kupic was able to get the ball first. One Taguig just calming things down. It's still the early minute in the game. And now they are going with a long pass. One Taguig looking for some strikers there. Reichelt couldn't control it, and now it's lost in midfield. Maharlika able to recover, but looking for that long pass only ends up back in the opposition's end. Restarting now. One Taguig just shuffling around through their back. Ooh, and that was a big push right there. Down goes Ome, and the referee blows for a foul. Will be a free kick in favor of One Taguig. Ome has taken it quickly. Venezuela just letting the ball roll all the way to their keeper, Kupic.
High frantic pace to start off this matchup. As we mentioned, it's number 3 versus number 4 in the standings, so a lot on the line in getting the win in this matchup.
Go big or go home for Maharlika Taguig, and those are certainly some big promises right here, especially with a One Taguig squad that's just been victorious. So far, they are still trying to scramble here, looking for ways to pass it through. One Taguig might have found something, but good reaction from the Maharlika response. One Taguig able to get it back. It's still in midfield here. All the way to Ham. And back to Venezuela. They are just shuffling it through midfield right now, looking for another angle of attack. Trying to go to Reichelt, and still keeps the ball rolling. Yes. Still looking for an angle that they could change the direction, and there they go, shifting the direction over to Sato on the left. Sato just plays around, loses the ball. That was taking it too long. But One Taguig able to recover, and they can resume with the attack. Venezuela on the ball. Good long pass from Makoto. Trying to look for Sato. He finds Sato. Sato now trying to angle it in. Delivery. And no header comes off of it. But One Taguig recovers, and they certainly want to have another shot. Hartman now. May. Looking for that pass, but that pass to Reichelt was offside.
And you take a look as well as how Maharlika have adjusted themselves in this game. Kang, who usually plays as a right back, now playing a more central role. Arestorenas being pushed higher up the line, and Ferrer playing that right back.
Well, looks like they will try another shot there, and it was on target, but great reaction from Kenry Balobo to keep it out. That was a really close shave there. Kenry Balobo, former Kaya goalkeeper as well.
But Taguig doing well, putting on that high press, rewarding themselves, winning the ball back in a dangerous area. Takes a snapshot, testing out Balobo early in this game.
Perhaps another opportunity that's gone begging for now. Looks like One Taguig will not worry about that. They are still shuffling around looking for another angle of attack. Going over to Reichelt up front, one-on-one, and still being managed by Nicolas. Ball goes out for a throw, but it will remain with One Taguig. Looking for someone to put it through. Hartman being hassled there by Ibrahim. Ball goes out of play, and it does go back to Maharlika for a throw. for another way to restart the attack. For the last 2 to 3 minutes, the possession has been purely Taguig's. Maharlika needs to break this momentum, but looks like they are not able to. Taguig again on the attack, moving that ball over to the right side, but the flag goes up. Offside has been given.
But again, Taguig so quick on that high press. A throw in favor of Maharlika, but Taguig quickly winning back possession. Just unlucky. The player was offside on the right-hand side. You could tell the intention in the first 5 minutes. Really playing at high pace, not allowing Maharlika to settle in this matchup.
They are certainly waiting for that mistake to come from Maharlika there. But so far this time around, the ball goes the other direction, and perhaps an opportunity for Maharlika to ease off some of that pressure. A throw on the opposite end of the field now goes their way. Looks like it'll be Park. Gives it a whip. And Maharlika trying to get it through, but Ibrahim just unable. Still, though, he does win a free kick in a dangerous spot, and it could be an opportunity. Coach Hong Moon on your screen, all in on this game, and we are hoping that it will be all in for both of these teams.
Ibrahim doing well there. Just to win a foul in a dangerous area. Just to start on the attacking capabilities off the side of Maharlika. He will be a player to watch as well on the attack. The tall target player for Maharlika.
He is currently the top goal scorer for Maharlika Taguig with 4 goals to his name, but he's also had a hand in 1 assist. Good spot now. Free kick to be taken, and it will be Kang who would do it. Kang with the delivery. Well shielded there by Hartman, but the danger is not over yet. Park tries to put it in, but goes directly to Sato. And Taguig escapes this particular attack. Now they want to restart, but they also want to ease off some of that pressure by taking some of the time. Kupic just wants to take it their pace. Drops the ball on his feet. And is waiting for a teammate perhaps to come closer.
No one pressing Kupic, taking his time before he sends that one long.
Well, he does send it long, but it just goes over the line, and it will still be a throw for Taguig, who is really piling up the pressure here. Good job keeping that ball in. We now have Hartman on the ball, and we know he's got some danger there for that range. And Sato was almost to it, but unable to control that ball inside the box.
The captain, Daisuke Sato, playing a more of an attacking role now, usually known for playing that left back position. But under the stewardship of Coach Scott Cooper, playing higher up the pitch, helping create more chances for the side of Taguig.
And it does put him in really critical pieces of areas there where he could receive the ball. And that's a good combination with Mark Hartman. Speaking of, he is on the ball for this free kick, and he will be whipping it in. Opportunity for Taguig. The referee wants to control the situation here first. Looks like we have a bit of a commotion right by the line, outside the box.
You feel that Halm and Ibrahim taking on each other one-on-one. These two players have a lot of history. Were teammates once upon a time. It's Salion Laguna.
There comes the delivery, whips it in, heads it, but not enough power behind it, and it's easy save for Kenry Balobo. You can save, or you can take these kinds of shots all day. Maharlika looking to restart. Ibrahim being hassled and was successfully dispossessed. Taguig again back on the pressure here. Moving that ball again to Daisuke Sato that's unmarked. But now he is with 2. Can't find a way through. Goes back to So. Omeso goes all the way back to Kupic. And the attack restarts for One Taguig, really just imposing their own pace here on the ball, not really being pressured by Maharlika at all. But that long pass will take the ball all the way back to the hands of Kenry Balobo. Now Maharlika's turn to try and do a little something with the ball, but they are really being pressured up high by One Taguig. Reichelt successfully nicks it, but lucky for Menzi, didn't go anywhere near the goal.
With Maharlika now playing with fire in a dangerous area. They're opting to play the short ball. They want to play out of the back, but taking too many seconds to make that decision. Eventually, the high press again of Taguig paying off. Reichelt able to win a corner in favor of One Taguig.
And again, whips that ball in, and this time a really powerful header, but still Kenry Balobo reads it through. And now One Taguig will have to face a counter-attack from Maharlika. They have some numbers here. Looking to make some damage on that left side. That would have been a good ball for Ibrahim. But Kupic just hanging on to that tightly. And Akoto rather, was not happy with that. Well, referee says that there's nothing more to it other than a goal kick. Or rather, just a simple kick like that. Varosuelo. So Ome. Varosuelo goes to the right. Otto almost miscuing that pass. Good recovery, but One Taguig is now finding it a little bit hard to get out of their own half. Looks like for this time around, Maharlika is putting some players up high. Now they are shifting the momentum here, moving the ball to the left side, but nobody up front to receive that long pass. Now Maharlika's turn again. Shifting through midfield, Khan. Still looking for an avenue here, someplace that they could continuously attack and punish One Taguig for pressing really high, but so far One Taguig has been successful in keeping Maharlika at bay despite being at a high presser. And again, they've taken possession, which was cleared easily by Lucindo. In comes One Taguig. Reichelt. Hartman on that right side. Moves over to Halm. Halm goes to Sato again. Sato with the delivery into the box. Doesn't reach the intended target. And Maharlika could be away. They might have a chance to counter here if Ibrahim can do it well. He just needs to hang on to that ball until reinforcements arrive. He still has it, delivers it into the box, but no one there to receive it. But it's still not over. Cleared now, and still the ball is in play. Maharlika just trying to look for that avenue of attack now. They have some numbers. They just need to play their cards right. They have found an attack here. Giganto could not control that ball well enough. And that shirt tug right there is a foul on the number 18, Goldson. Looks like it will be One Taguig's ball. Taken free kick. Let's have a look at that again. A little bit of tussle. Goldson there taking the ground, and looks like a yellow card has been issued to Nicholas.
Just too much hands on the challenge there.
Looks like the danger has not been averted completely by One Taguig, because it appears Maharlika has started to find rhythm again. But that pass would not cut it. Varosuelo just gets it quite easily. All the way to Kupic once more. Hartman. Hiraishi to Akoto. Still staying on that right side and hopefully looking to really ease a pass there. It looks like they almost did with Goldson. Another foul called by the referee. Looks like a free kick to come. Maharlika takes it. Going low. Waiting for that pressure coming again from Taguig this time around. Looks like they're inviting Taguig to press higher. Now. Long pass. Good header. Looking for that incisive pass there. Sato, could it fall kindly to him? It does, but he could not control. Ooh. Ball is up for grabs for anybody. Giganto gets it and tries to make a run. Sato didn't allow him, but still Maharlika keeps possession and the play going. Shoulder to shoulder. And still, it just goes out for a throw. Halm now. Ooh, that was a good pass, and the flag stays down, and still they cannot take the most out of that.
What a ball from Mark Hartman. Just that line-breaking pass, finding Reichelt up on top. Look at that pass. Reichelt takes it first time strike. But Balobo again aware to the challenge. It was a point-blank save, ball going directly at him.
And I think that when the ball came to Kiki, I think he kind of got surprised that the flag didn't go up. And here comes the delivery. Balobo still with the heroics.
And from a corner, able to collect, just to slow things down here. You know how dangerous Taguig can be when it comes to those corner opportunities.
Maharlika needs to make the use of this because they don't have a lot of possession in them. They have some numbers now. Could they thread the needle with the pass? No, they cannot. Trying to look for Nicolas Ferrer. Cannot do so this time around. Halm with a clearance. Taguig just really restarting that build, but this time they are starting to lose some of that accuracy that they've had that they've enjoyed in the first 15 minutes of the game. Maharlika just building up on that, adding some pressure here, and perhaps it could be paying off right now. Halm with the throw. Reichelt tried to control it, but Maharlika gets away with it. Unfortunate for Aristorenas, that pass didn't get to him.
You can see the intention from Maharlika. When they do win possession, they want to play direct. They want to go on the attack mode quickly.
That's really one of the only options that they have right now. It's counterattack the moment that they get the ball, because Taguig is a really tough defense to crack. Kaya can attest to that. Delivery right there, but Taguig could not make anything out of it just yet. Maharlika. Kim all the way back to Park, all the way back to their back line. Being hassled again by the high press coming from Taguig, but this time around, Maharlika was able to survive a bit longer.
The high press once again paying off. Taguig able to win back possession. It's just the organized press as well. It's not just the attacking players making the press. It's the attacking players who initiate it, but everyone else follows suit. That's how Sato was able to win back possession for Taguig.
And in hindsight, that's really the only thing that's really keeping Maharlika right now from doing a successful attack. And that's why they have to resort to just the quick transitions because they don't have a lot of time. Just like right now, they have a chance going for that long pass. Does it have to? It gets there on that left flank. Now they have some numbers, but they still need to get that ball into the box. Here comes Kim, looking for that delivery. Successfully delivers it. Ibrahim could not convert. Ham with the clearance and a pat of approval from his keeper.
That battle between Halm and Ibrahim. This time around, Halm able to defend it really well. But for the efforts in attack from Maharlika, done enough to win themselves a corner.
And Maharlika really needs to make the most of all of the set pieces that they have right now, considering that they don't have a lot of attacks or a lot of chances coming their way. It will be delivered now by Giganto. It comes headed away by Reichelt. And still in contention. But, ooh, Balobo could have miscued that. And it was so close as well. A real nail-biter of a mistake.
For a moment, everyone's hearts dropped. Miscontrol as it was bouncing towards the goal area. Eventually, that sails out. You gotta love this back-to-back action. And now a chance for Taguig to make something out of nothing. A corner opportunity.
Looks like they are going to whip this one in again. And he went ahead. That was Reichelt. No go. And it just sails over right now. That was, yeah, nalaglag ng konti yung puso ni Balobo dun.
Patrick Reichelt, of course, a player who's so good at those aerial battles. Scored a lot of goals, aerial goals, header goals. But even from the goalkeeper or a defender, they're able to find him and he's able to flick it to one of his teammates. Such an asset that he brings to the side of Taguig.
Yeah, and considering he's not even the tallest player or the tallest attacker for the team. And right now, Maharlika could have a chance at attack, but looks like the attack itself was halted. And looks like Aristorenas is down on the ground clutching his shin, his calf. Looks like medical attention is being called. I don't think there was any contact with that.
A bit worrisome for the side of Maharlika. As you mentioned, it looked like there was no contact there as he hit the ground. You can tell that the medical team
No contact there, but certainly something snapped.
not sure exactly where he's holding, if it's at his hamstring or towards his knee. But you're hoping it's nothing serious.
It looks like he will be sidelined for a bit here. And it looks like he will be swapped out too early in the game, but it is unfortunate. Soka, another interesting substitution here because he is also tied with Ibrahim as the top goal scorers for Maharlika.
A little bit heartbreaking as well for Aristorenas, who has finally found a home with Maharlika with a leadership position. Coach Munong able to get the most of him even in the last game leading up to this. He is such a creative outlet, able to create plays and create chances for his teammates. And the captain's armband will be moved on to Balobo as Aristorenas exits this game.
Now the important question is, did this throw a wrench into Coach Moon's plans because he was going all in. He already had a game plan in mind. This early substitution here could mean the difference of having a fresher striker later on in the game. But they resume play with Taguig with that long pass. And now they are looking to make some damage here. But that is not to be because the ball just sails over for Hiraishi. Looks like that was a little bit too sudden there for them as well, but
You gotta love the pace of this game as well. We're seeing two teams who are so quick in transition. And so you see one chance quickly for Maharlika, and the next it's with Taguig.
so far it still has not led to any goals, but this is certainly a contest worth watching. Taguig wants to shift the direction up front, getting the ball to Reichelt. They cannot. Goes over to Balobo, who just takes his time so that the team can recover a little bit more energy before they restart another round. So this time Maharlika just carefully threading that ball, and so this time around Taguig is not pressing as high. Maharlika taking advantage of this while they've slacked off. Kang looking for that long pass to Ibrahim. Taguig able to push it back, and now they're back on the attack here. But Maharlika just wills it and gets the ball back at midfield. Now over the wing they go with Park. Park with the cross, well blocked by his number 9 on the opposite flank, Forosuelo. And now they are with another opportunity here to strike at the heart of Taguig.
Great understanding on that left-hand side. Knowing of where Park is going to run, and that give and go. Defensive efforts of Taguig, standing strong, able to track back and cover the passing lanes.
Now this is another test that they want to try, but looks like they are going short with that. Ooh, and looks like they were able to keep that ball. Park now puts that pass in, the cross comes in, another chance, gone begging, and that one just sails over really wide, not going to bother anyone. Now Kupek just wants to control the pace again. He doesn't want to rush things, but he is going to do the same long pass. You could see him gesturing his defense to just move up higher. They need to be more positive here, because right now Maharlika is giving them the same difficulties in scoring. Goes over that long pass, but Maharlika was able to push it back a bit, and now they have a chance if they can control. Ball rolls safely outside, and ball goes back to Maharlika. Uzoka now dispossessed by Hall. But hang on. Looks like it was yes, it is offside there being called, and now it will be a free kick. Hall to take. Looking for his options. It will be a long pass again. This has been the flavor of the day for Taguig, trying to get that ball over to the Daisuke Sato side with Patrick Reichelt waiting, but no one there to get it. Still, it goes with Taguig with a throw. Back to Ham. Back to Hartman. Shifts to the right. Akoto trying to keep it in. He does. Ooh, player taking a ground. Bias there. Just being overpowered by Park. And the ball just remains with Taguig. Free kick taken quickly and short.
You already know the way this game has been played. The first 30 minutes, it's going to be a very physical battle between these two teams.
Ooh, looks like they managed to find Reichelt, and he does take the control. Good pass into the box as well. They are still not close enough. Tried to go for that shot, but Hiraishi just couldn't find a clear path. There's just so many bodies in the way. And now,
Combination up on top. Reichelt, Casemiro, and Hiraishi. Again, the corner opportunities have been adding up for the side of Taguig. They're able to find themselves in the attacking third for longer spells.
ooh, and that header just rattles the post from Daisuke Sato, again being one of the stronger players up in the air as well. And they're still not done up until Kim steps in and takes the ball. But Taguig just gets it back. Sato taking the ground, and the referee might issue here a card. No, looks like he's just looking over. That was Hiraishi, I believe. The culprit, Nicolas Ferrer, rather. The number 88.
Gotta be careful if you're Ferrer with those tackles, those sliding tackles. He couldn't get the proper view of it as one of the players was blocking him. But Ferrer already on a yellow.
Now, this is an interesting opportunity for Taguig. We know that is somewhat of a sweet spot for some of their strikers, particularly Mark Hartman's territory. We also have Goldson lining up to it as well, and Sato. Looks like Hartman might not even be involved in this. At least not taking it directly. Sato gives the signal, he takes it, and it's a shot. It was on target, but it was straight into the arms of Balobo.
Sato tried to take that low and hard, but Balobo read that one well.
And now Maharlika has another chance to just really build things up here. They're not being pressed as hard as they were. Parang it's on and off. You could see Taguig pressing hard at times really high, and then you would see them turn off just like this, giving a lot of space.
But that's part of the game as well, of course. You have to manage it. It's not realistic to go high press for the full 90 minutes.
And that is what Taguig has in mind right now. The variation could also lead to confusion. Well, now they are building up. Ham looking for that threaded pass. Looks like they did. Goldson to Hiraishi. But that was a good clearance from Maharlika. Still danger not averted. Referee blew his whistle. A foul has been given. Mark Hartman takes it. And it could be a chance here with Reichelt. He has the ball. Kiki Reichelt tries to lay it off to one of his teammates. Finds no one. And the ball goes back in Maharlika's hands. Or in this case, in their feet. Kim could not keep it in. And ball goes back the other direction. Out of frustration, he throws it away from Bias.
You can tell there's no love between these two teams. When you're fighting for those same positions, you're fighting for the top of the table. Really just got to go all out, and that's exactly what both teams are trying to do, trying to break this deadlock.
Well, this is certainly a different Maharlika we are looking at right now. Not only are they standing up, but they are giving legitimate threats to Taguig, who we know is one of the real contenders that this season has to look out for. And so far, they are pleading their case that no, they are not the only ones to look at here. But again, an opportunity arises for Taguig with this corner and Mark Hartman to make that delivery. In it comes special delivery. Who's to hit it? No one does. And now they just need to clear it. And it does roll out into safety for now. Maharlika can breathe a little bit. But the danger is not over.
As Coach Munong did mention that they have gone against each other 3 times in the past. Maharlika have not yet ever beaten one Taguig.
And so far, this is turning out to be one of those really close games between these two sides. So who knows, we might see a different outcome today, but one of these teams have to step up right now in order for it to happen.
If you think that Maharlika will have the best chance to play against one Taguig, it is today with this type of lineup under this coach.
Sato trying to be a little bit tricky here, but being read quickly by the defense. Ooh, that was a miscued pass, and one Taguig could benefit from it. Sato wriggles his way out, but still gets a foul in the process. And the referee comes in to control tempers.
Players on the right have a lot to go for them. Ferrer and Giganto rather, just putting down Sato there. Sato already able to break off from the 2 players guarding him, nutmegs Ferrer.
Now they have this very dangerous set piece to contend with. And again, Mark Hartman to angle that delivery. But not before some commotion here. Referee just wants to control this commotion again. It looks like it's Ibrahim once more and Ham clashing heads.
And the referee for today, Meliton Pelayo, has a lot to do to be able to manage these players on the pitch.
Chances are he has at least one eye on both of these 2 players, Ibrahim and Ham, all the time, because they are really heating things up. Now back to the free kick. Referee just saying his intention that you have to wait for my signal. That looks like it will be swung in. Hartman with the delivery. No one heads it, but the ball is still up for contention. Who will get to it first? It looks to be Ham who heads it near the keeper, almost giving Ibrahim a chance to give chase. Still, Maharlika might have a little bit of momentum here up until that foul from Daisuke Sato, pushing Kang to the ground. A little bit of pleading coming from Daisuke Sato there. Still, the referee has given that call. Kang takes it quick, takes it short, and they certainly want to pass it around and play it out of their half rather than just hoofing it away. Ferrer. Good long pass. Giganto can't control it, but they still keep it, Maharlika. And ball rolls out to safety, back into the hands of one Taguig. Hall just looking to put it to somebody up front. It looks like he finds Reichelt. In front of Reichelt is Sato, but goes all over the right side. Opts to hang on to the ball a little while longer, and Ibrahim tried to clear it. But they are still contesting for that ball right down midfield. Ibrahim for Maharlika, dispossessed. And now it's Reichelt who gets dispossessed by Ferrer. Intense battle in midfield here. Nobody wants to get into the final attacking third just yet. And Meliton Pelayo has his work cut out for him.
Ferrer just blocking the path of Reichelt. Reichelt making the most of that as well. But that's enough to win his side. Another set piece opportunity in a dangerous area.
Ooh, and it bounces off. That was the best opportunity they've had. An open goal, but they cannot direct that ball goalwards.
We have two players down. It just has been such a physical matchup between these two teams. A deadly delivery from Hartman. Sato gets ahead to it first. This was in the air. Eventually, Balobo able to collect once again. So much happening in that box, challenging for that ball. And Taguig showing their abilities to be able to get to the ball first.
They have been the more dangerous side in the air, but again, such a missed opportunity because Balobo couldn't get back to it fast enough for the first few seconds. And there were 4 players from Taguig that were already in the in a clear position. But looks like Chimo Uzoka could be in the clear here. Looks for a good pass, finds no one in the middle except the defender, and another close call for Taguig. And now Maharlika wants it back. They do get it back. They just need to will it forward. Ibrahim taken down. And the referee has blown his whistle for a foul. And in another sweet area, another opportunity to take a smack out of that ball.
This game really being played at such a high pace. Not too sure of the challenge there. It's really worthy of a foul, but nonetheless, foul is given in favor of Maharlika.
And this certain set piece, if played right, could do a lot. Well, we have 2 over the ball. We have Kang. We have Yong Suk. A couple of Korean players looking to perhaps make that delivery or drive that ball into the back of the net over the wall. Blows for it. Yong Suk, no. Kang delays a bit. Ooh, that would have been a great set piece to play. Really, really unfortunate stuff that Kim couldn't get to that ball first.
You can see what they're trying to do on the training ground, trying to execute it on the game. Delivery just overcooked there. Kang couldn't get to the receiving end of it.
Wow, but hats off to Hong Moon for concocting such a thing, because had that one gone in, that would have been one of the plays for the season right there. Now back to real time here. It is 43 minutes. And it has been quite a deadlock between these two. They are still locking horns with no clear victor in sight. Kang almost gets it clear. And now Maharlika could have a chance. They just need to keep possession. But there are 3 players on the ground right now. And they've urged Taguig to kick it out of play. And they do. But Sato is not happy about this. Bit of a commotion there because we have, well, now it looks like most of the players have gone up except the one you see on screen right now. Kang and Ome. What a clash right there. And still, the ball was free.
just so much commotion going all around the pitch. The head coach, Moon Hong, having a word with Reichelt. 2 players down inside the pitch as well. There's a lot of commotion on different parts of this. The referee, the linesman, the 4th official will have to do a lot to manage the emotions and the tempers flaring at the moment.
And heavy as the mood is right now, you could certainly cut the tension with a knife. You know that both of these teams want that 3 points. They will not settle for just a point each. And right now, tempers are flaring, but the referees are they're doing the best they can to just mellow everything down, because this is just the last few minutes here. We are at stoppage time right now, and because of the commotion, the 4th official was not able to present how many minutes is remaining here. We'll have to see it in a few.
There'll be 4 minutes of added time here in the first half. Omeso still down, getting treatment. The player on the opposite end for Maharlika already up. The 2 players that were down earlier. The tempers outside the game just really at the same pace as how this game has been played. Physical, high-paced.
It really is worthy of shaking the top table here, but looks like cards are now flying from the commotion being caused. Melton Pelayo just puts his foot down and puts everybody involved in the books, including Patrick Reichelt, who had lashed out a bit.
So the 2 yellow cards given, nothing from the challenges that happened that sent 3 players down inside the pitch, which were all hard tackles and slides as well. The 2 yellow cards that were given to Patrick Reichelt and Coach Moon Hong.
Well, that's just certainly to control your emotions. This is still just the first half. We've still got another 45 and some change coming to you. And right now they are just playing to see who gets the better talk at the dressing room at halftime. Ball goes flying, and it will be a goal kick. Oh, a throw. Must have misread that flag. But still, Taguig just adding to that pressure. Keeping the control with Mark Hartman from distance. Looking for that pass to the left for Daisuke Sato. It was intercepted, but Maharlika now needs to play this ball out. Uzoka was dispossessed. Sato back on the ball. A little bit too hard on that tackle, and he has taken the skipper from Taguig down to the ground.
Sato doing well as well to win set-piece opportunities for the side of Taguig on that left flank. Been causing a lot of commotion, challenges here as well. Now Hartman to give another delivery in. His deliveries have been spot on, causing all kinds of trouble inside the box.
Well, this changed the story in the dressing room. It almost did with Halm, and you could see the frustration, but Kenry Balobo again being the hero for the Maharlika side.
Good work from Balobo. He didn't overcommit to the cross there, so when it hit the head of the attacking player of Taguig, he was in a good position to read that and read it well.
Well, that was spectacular. That was that was a first half for the ages right there. Didn't quite expect that both of these teams would be going at it this hard. But then again, 3rd place versus 4th place, a lot of things to play for. So right now, we still end deadlocked. Maharlika and Taguig both share 0 for now. We will be right back after the halftime break for some analysis as well. Welcome back from a fantastic first half. Nakakapagod na klaseng first half. We've seen Maharlika and One Taguig take it all down all the way to the end of the first half, sharing the spoils still. Yet, may chance pa rin for both of these teams to really take the head of this game. But so far, it's really been neck and neck between these two sides, and they really don't want to let go. One foot is on, or one hand rather, is on that 3 points for each of these teams. By the way, this is Glenn Casas alongside Tasha Alquiros Dato here. So, looking at the highlights here from the first half, you could see that it has really been a back and forth game coming. You could see that this was more of the flavor of the day, in which Kenry Balobo has been doing a lot of the heroics for one side, Patrick Reichelt and Mark Hartman doing the heroics on the other side. So far, what do you say of these two teams right now? Contrasting sides, really.
Say it was a very frantic first half. This was the mistake that almost led to a goal for the side of One Taguig. But besides that, Balobo has been playing fantastic as their goalkeeper. He's been having to do a lot of saves, point-blank saves, playing hard on things like this, like crosses coming in, attacking players of One Taguig, getting on the end of it. You'd have to say that One Taguig enjoying more of the possession, 68% possession, 13 shots, 9 on target, plus 5 corners as well. You take a look for Maharlika, 32% possession, 5 shots, 2 on target. They haven't been as dangerous up on attack. They found it in fewer moments as compared to One Taguig, but nonetheless, it's still 0-0 at halftime. And you take a look at that glaring number of fouls, 14 fouls for Maharlika and 6 fouls for One Taguig. Teams with yellow cards already on both ends. The 2 for Maharlika was for Ferrer, and the other one was for the head coach Moon Hong. And for One Taguig, it was for Reichelt, which tells the story of just how high-paced this first half has been between these two teams. A lot of drama, a lot of chances, just no goals yet.
And this really tells you the other half of the story as well, because if you look at the table, we've said that already they are neck and neck on the table, sharing 12 points. Although One Taguig still has one game at hand, they do have the opportunity to either extend their lead or for Maharlika to really just take over and get the points needed to stay in the top half of this. And so far, this has been getting a bit more exciting because like what you said, tempers were flaring, dun na sila nagkakagulo. There were a lot of arguments coming towards the last minute of regulation time. And so far, this can be a testament to how much both of these teams want the 3 points today. So, malapit na tayo, and looks like we are having some substitutions coming in for, I believe that should be One Taguig. I'm just waiting if there would be one for the other team as well.
It's very interesting, the substitution made for the side of One Taguig. Halm, one of the 3 center backs for the side of One Taguig, is being replaced by Agyamang. Agyamang is an attacking player, so they're adding in an attacking player and removing another defender from the mix. And so we'll see how the back line will adjust for One Taguig, who you could tell in their intention is to continue on the attacking momentum that they created in that first half.
Well, speaking of substitutions, there was an unexpected first half substitution earlier when Uzoka came in for Aristorenas for that injury. So that was a big surprise as well, that that could have really shaken the tactics of Coach Hong Moon. So right now we have a substitution, Marzan coming in for Ferrer. So right now, another, wow, that's a similar change as well. So the double eights have now been taken out of, well, the double 8 for Maharlika has been taken out in favor of the number 19. So, or rather, that was...
And so when we take a look at the substitution for the side of Maharlika, the defensive player, Nicolas Ferrer, who's already on a yellow card, you could see that it could happen that he was going to get another yellow in that first half. Coach Moon Hong takes him out of this matchup and replaces him with Marzan. And you could expect that Marzan, who is playing a midfielder role, will slot in the midfield as well. And most probably Kang will go back to that right back position.
Well, looks like now that the die has been cast, it's now time to see who made the right decisions. Both teams have now kicked off here, and Maharlika just looking to find some sort of gap that they can thread through. This time around, it goes back to Want the Gig. Kupik again to one of the lesser work keepers tonight. Not being bothered by that. They have now started the attack over to the left side. Ome goes, looking for his teammate Goldson. Couldn't get to him. Maharlika with a chance to move forward. Could they spring a counter here? No can do, says Sato. But now they have it under control once more. Maharlika defense just trying to get that ball out. And now it goes to the double 9 Park.
Let's see the adjustments made as well as Agyamang enters the pitch, playing that attacking role. Casemiro drops into an attacking midfielder. Hiraishi goes to the wing. Sato slots in the back as well.
I think that was Kim trying to take the ball out, but hits a player instead. I believe that would be Akoto there that he nicked with his feet instead. Let's have a look at that. Bit dangerous right there, but looks like the referee has issued the card and the foul, and it will be a free kick in favor of Maharlika. Yellow card goes to Akoto. Looks like Kim is still on the ground right now, and but he is not receiving any medical attention. Maybe just taking a minute or two to recuperate. And now, Meliton Pelayo just urging the teams to keep it playing.
I'd like to take another look at that foul between Akoto and Kim. Looked like it was a 50-50 ball. Akoto got of the ball as well, but I guess he took down the player alongside it. The foul being given in favor of Maharlika.
I initially thought it was going the other way as well, because it kind of almost, he almost got Akoto in the head too. But a free kick now, and Ibrahim will be the lone guy to take. Looks like he is going to take it. Takes it, and he does not do so, but that follow-up shot was way out of target. Maharlika just lives to see another day. Looks like that bounced off another defender from Want the Gig, and now a corner will be given. The substitute Marzan to take it.
Marzan, a usual starter for the side of Maharlika. Let's see what he comes in this. He's now introduced at the second half. Let's see what he can do to help change the game in favor of Maharlika.
Well, in it goes. He's gonna drop the ball into the box. Heads away by Want the Gig, and still alive with Maharlika right now. Marzan again delivers it into the box, straight into the head of the defender. Sato there with a flying header, but also at the risk of his own body. Foul has been given. Ibrahim really pleading his case here.
As we mentioned, that number of fouls that we had in that first half, just carrying over to the second half, especially in the first few minutes. It's really been a stop-start for this game. No team really able to gain momentum.
And that's, I think, credit to the physical play being shown here by Maharlika. They know that when it comes to quality, Want the Gig really does have the advantage in numbers of players with such quality. But they really need to do something to shake the table, tilt it a bit into their favor. And there, again, a run by Uzoka. But Kupik was a bit faster there. Almost a mistake. But again, they are trying to win it, and this time they do. But the referee says not cleanly enough. So it will be a free kick going back to Want the Gig.
thing you like about this team of Maharlika now, you could feel that there's been this big shift in their movement as a team and their intention to how they participate in the Philippine Football League. From just making up the numbers to really challenging up on top. We saw glimpses of it last season towards the second half of the season, towards the end of the season, and that they've carried over into this 2025-2026 season.
And that's interesting to see how they would further develop, and if they can keep this momentum going with that shot just going way off target, Balobo will just pick it up and restart the attack. Looks like you're right, the armband now from earlier has been transferred to Balobo now, and wow, that was quite a change that they had to do earlier. So right now, Maharlika just keeping that pace, keeping that ball with them, seeing if they could, again, attract some of the Taguig players forward. For the long pass into midfield, not gonna make it. It could be a mistake. And it was quickly averted, but the danger's not over yet. Reichelt almost taking a shot, but clearance there takes the ball away and only temporarily relieving Maharlika. Sato, and it takes it in. That's Goldson there with a tap. Wow, such an out of this world moment there, just out of nowhere. Tables have turned, the weight has shifted, and now Taguig has their hand on the driver's seat.
Credit again to the high press of Taguig. Just winning the ball back after the ball was cleared away, winning it in the attacking third. Sato bulldozing his way up on top, getting a touch before Balobo could get to it, cutting it back, giving it to a teammate. And as the keeper was already stretched out far with Sato, they were able to convert it into an empty net. What a play, and what a start to the second half for Taguig. Again, as we've mentioned it in moments, in the first 15 minutes of the first half, they really initiated that high press, created a lot of chances, but no goals scored. But this time around in the second half, have been successful, able to convert that high press into chances in the attacking third.
Looks like Maharlika might just not be out yet. Kim almost had the ball there. Tackle if Kim still has it, delivers it in, a header, an open player, takes a shot, Marzan couldn't do it, and they still have it. Ibrahim could not convert. That was so close on all of those chances, and Taguig manages to break out. It looks like they want to do it on the counter and threaten here. Reichelt wants to get that ball first. Tackle there, a tackle here. Reichelt is down, and the foul has been won. And looks like there is some unhappy faces here from the management of Maharlika.
Pace of this match, you don't even know where to look. So many things happening, one after the other. This was the wave and wave of chance, a scramble inside the box. Ibrahim tries to take a shot, but Kupic makes himself big. And it transcended into the quick counterattack on the opposite end. And that was a foul from Menzi on to Reichelt. Lucky not to get away without getting a card.
Well, that was kind of a desperate defending coming from three players who cannot stop Reichelt at that moment. And right now they have to contend with this free kick. Taken, delivered, not saved. Still a chance here, but that shot has gone begging. That was Isaac Agyemang missing the mark.
From the halftime substitutions, it's Taguig that pays off first.
But with that goal now, like what Coach Moon said, he said that they're either going to lose big or they're going to win. And looks like this is an opportunity to prove that, because now that they've conceded, what will the mindset of Maharlika be? Well, they are still trying to get that ball. Ome now just playing it back, playing it safe, back to his back line. May again. Ball rolls over to the left side. Sato. Ome So. Still looking for another way to move forward. And looks like Taguig almost had that chance, but they really opt to keep the ball. Hartman. And pass to Bias. Oliver Bias with a good pass to Reichelt. Reichelt on the run with space. He just needs to deliver. And it's floating into the hands of Kenry Balobo again. Balobo just now controlling the pace. They want to keep everything just under control for now. Casemiro Marquez, goal confirmation. So now they are just looking for a way to thread the needle here, because Taguig has now been making it difficult for them in the sense that they now have the confidence to just keep passing that ball. They no longer need to overcommit players because they now have the lead. But this puts Maharlika in a position that they need to force the opponent's hand. Long pass coming from Marzan, looking for his teammate Giganto, but only finds Kupic. Kupic taking his time. Ball goes floating long. Trying to get to Reichelt, but was cleared. And so far, it has started to calm down a bit for both teams, but it is falling into the favor of Taguig if it calms down like this. Patrick Reichelt. Agiman looks for a pass down the middle, can't find a teammate. But Taguig still keeps it. Oh, not this time. Zoka trying to get that pass off to Giganto. Almost finding him there. Now Taguig wants to push that ball. Goldson, he was not offside. Oh, yes, he is. And now the ball goes back the other way. Taguig needs to keep things calm. Other side of the field, the urgency really needs to happen for Maharlika. And could this be it? Kim looking for that pass, but he doesn't get to the ball first. Taguig with a good clearance there. They're now opting to play the ball from the back. Long pass to Patrick Reichelt. Menzi was trying to block his path there. It looks like Reichelt is back on the ball. And again, just fizzles out this attack, but still Taguig has possession.
Reichelt has been so dangerous when he is on the receiving end of those passes. Able to find that player, one lonesome player up on top.
And so far, he's really been making himself open in those spaces to receive such long passes. And problem is, right now, Maharlika is just letting it happen. Kubic with another long pass. Who's he gonna find? Of course, trying to look for Reichelt. Reichelt finds his teammate Aguimang, and now Aguimang has the assignment of delivering it, and the assignment did not pass. That was a good clearance there to keep the ball out of play. But Taguig still has the ball, and Oliver Bias will be throwing in. Reichelt shoulders it. Aguimang looking for someone to pass it to, did not find someone, but it does fall into the path of Taguig. Daisuke Sato looks to go long, but that effort just sails over. And Balobo just urging his teammates to really keep their head in the game. We have a player down. I believe that's the substitute, Agyemang.
Well, what a great game we've been having so far between Maharlika and Taguig. Played at such a high pace. Taguig making the most of their opportunity up on top. It was Daisuke Sato who was able to connect with Casemiro to get the opening goal, to break the deadlock at the 52nd minute. Regardless of the 1-0 advantage of Taguig, Maharlika still very much in this game.
As you can see on the bottom of your screen, that's Agyemang there covering. No one's substituted for him yet, so chance for Maharlika while they are still with a one-man advantage. It looks like they are looking for it with Uzoka. He just needs to get that ball in control. It's sliding tackle by the defense, and Taguig able to push this one out of the way, but not out of danger yet. Oliver Bias, throw in. He will try to play it, and it looks like the one-man advantage is done. Agyemang is back on the field, but Maharlika really wants to build up on this possession. Playing from the back, they start. Menzi, Park. Still can't find a way forward there. Goes back to the back line once more. Long pass from Lucindo. Ooh, and that was a poorly timed pass, but a tackle there from Kang almost gets them back on the ball, but Taguig could be away. They have Reichelt in the middle, but not the one to convert that. Not quite yet.
Taguig looking so dangerous on their quick counters, on their quick attacks. That was Hiraishi connecting with Reichelt up on top.
So far, Maharlika has been able to control a little bit of it, but they are still letting a lot of the Taguig attacks through so easily. And at the same time, they've not yet been able to do another convincing chance this half. Hopefully, that could change, as that could certainly ramp up the excitement in this game. Taguig will want to prevent that from happening, though, because they know momentum is a dangerous thing. Park all the way to midfield. Ibrahim to Kim on the left side. We have players up front. Ooh, and Kim was taken down. But that will be a free kick in a good spot. It looks like everybody is taking their place. They certainly don't want to consume a lot of time just getting set up for this.
Chance now for Maharlika to set up on this set piece opportunity in a dangerous area to send their tall players inside the box, most especially with their striking duo of Ibrahim and Uzoka.
Well, what can come of this set piece? Kim now, delivery in. Header almost from Ibrahim. Marzan, not enough power to get that through. And still, the search for their own first goal continues for Maharlika.
Taguig carrying on that momentum from the first half, enjoying majority of the possession, created more chances. Start of the second half, were able to convert the chance they created. Maharlika finding it harder this time around to create chances up on top.
And so far, Taguig has been doing things right. They have been more clinical on their end. They have been threatening. Patrick Reichelt has been a really dangerous man when he gets free. And so far, Maharlika has paid the price for just letting him play his own way. Lucindo still playing the ball out of their own half. They don't want to hoof it. They don't want to miss any opportunities with a bad pass. All the way back to the back line with Lucindo. Suk goes over to the opposite side. Now that long pass to Kim, or rather that was a pass to Park, but it didn't materialize. Taguig is back. And now they want to control the pace, taking it all the way back to Kupic.
Thing with Maharlika, they want to initiate those passes in the back. When the pass isn't crisp, Taguig able to win back possession.
Again, that man has been influential in this field. He might not have scored the goal, but he certainly made that critical pass, Patrick Reichelt. Now Oliver Bias. Hartman. Ooh, is that a loose ball for someone to run at? It is. Aguimang finding that pass to Goldson. And it just goes and sails over everybody. But that will be a corner because it bounced off a Maharlika player.
Casimiro's in the offside position. He stopped his movement. And it was Aguimang who continued the chase for the ball. Stayed on side, cut it back for Casimiro. Eventually, defender of Maharlika able to get the deflection on it. But a corner again for Taguig. Just rewarded for high press, for the chances that they're creating and just continuing in their runs up on top.
They certainly don't want to be wasteful with the opportunities, Taguig, and that's one of the key things. Delivery from Mark Hartman, but straight into the gloves of Balobo again. And I think this is one of the rare instances that Mark Hartman's corner missed the mark. So now Taguig will be looking to defend this. And they are pressing still a little bit too high, but not as aggressive as they were. For that pass down the middle. Good recovery from Maharlika. Kim on the left. Threads it through. Soka. Young Suk to Kim, still on that left flank. They just need another pass here. They do find it to win Young Suk. Young Suk with a shot, but it was deflected. It's not done yet. Who takes the shot? Marzan does. And again, another miscued one. Gone begging. Maharlika still unable to draw level.
This time around, Maharlika looking really dangerous on the build-up, especially on that left flank. Great combinations. Testing out that back line of Taguig.
Looks like another substitution here.
And Casimiro's day is done. In his place, it's going to be Aldeguer.
Substitution for Taguig.
And it's a substitution as well for the side of Maharlika. Ebarle checking in this match as well.
So Giganto out, Ebarle in, Casimiro Goldson out, Aldeguer in. A couple of changes going into the 70th minute. Now they are trying to add to that with an insurance goal. Aldeguer. But again, Balobo quick to react to it.
You gotta love how Aldeguer has just been introduced in the match and quickly makes the run up on top. He is a player that has scored in the first 2 outings of the game for Taguig. Did come back from an injury. Let's see how he influences this game in the second half with the minutes he's afforded.
Reichelt now almost looking for that opportunity to make the pass. Goes all the way back to midfield with Hartman. Shifts the direction to the left. Hiraishi controls it and looks for someone to pass it to. And he finds Sato. Sato with a cross into the box. Reichelt could not direct it, but I think he was making a pass. Aguimang couldn't read that and couldn't hit it.
But you gotta give it to Hartman. Just his capability to make those pinpoint deliveries, to create the chances up on top, to start the attack. And as well as to Reichelt, awareness inside the box to head it back, looking for a teammate.
Ooh. Another mini heart attack for the Maharlika fans as Kenry Balobo almost dropped it, and it almost fell kindly to Aguimang. Now Maharlika is in damage control, and now they want to start over. Long pass. Looking for Ibrahim. But Ibrahim could not get to the ball fast enough for Suelo with a clear. Taguig wants to control it. So does so. And now they go back to Kupic, inviting some attackers there to get Maharlika out of shape again. Aldeguer, great threaded needle pass to Patrick Reichelt. Now Reichelt needs to find someone to pass it to. Gets to Hartman. Ooh, that was a spectacular kick. Just not the one he wanted. Aguimang, the athleticism in that boy.
But the delivery from Mark Hartman, that curling pass perfectly. Aguimang did have to break a stride.
Well, the danger may have been averted, but it is not over yet as Taguig looks to restart. Takes it all the way to the back line with Pete Forusuelo, who opts to go all the way back to Kupic, who has mostly been doing a lot of back passes for Taguig, but the referee has stopped the play there for a bit.
There's been a discussion there among the players inside the box complaining about the ball, just having it changed as well.
Well, that was Melton Pelayo granting their wish, another different ball. Now they restart. Reichelt with a head to Aldeguer. Good clearance coming from Menzi.
And when you're a team, especially right now in the second half, you're a team like Taguig who's playing direct, who's trying to get on the attacking end quickly. It's very important when you have those two creative players. Mark Hartman, who can quickly pass the ball, long ranges with accuracy, and a player like Reichelt, who's capable of getting those headers to connect to another attacking player.
And it's, as a manager, you would really love it if you have those kinds of tools in your toolbox. The fact that you have somebody who can make those pinpoint accurate passes from distance, and someone who can take the ball and just make a chance or create chances with it. But now Maharlika needs to do some on their own. Ibrahim trying to keep it, fighting hard against two defenders, loses it because Forusuelo gets it. Kupic now clears, and Taguig can restart. Aldeguer wants it, doesn't get it, but again, the play goes back to Maharlika, who really wants to try and get it. Referee has not stopped the play, but now he has, and he wants to take control of it before it gets any worse. Mark Hartman there complaining.
And it's surprising that it's actually a foul in favor of Taguig. I thought it was Aldeguer who made the foul as he stepped on over and around the defensive player of Maharlika. Nonetheless, play goes on.
The referee was on the opposite side of it when it happened, so it was a bit of a difficult thing to see. But Taguig wants to take advantage of this now. They shift the play to the left. Sato was waiting, goes back to Ome. Raishi opts to go all the way back and trickle down the time. Pete Forusuelo now, the back line getting re-involved with the attack. Long pass, finds Daisuke Sato, and now they are really just calming things down with a little pass and go. Hiraishi to Sato. Instead it gets to Agyemang. Now Hiraishi again with the delivery. Headed away. Still not out of danger yet though. Ark trying to get the ball out, but under pressure from two, and it was a difficult assignment indeed. Hartman, and that shoot, and that's a goal again. Agyemang converting, but again the flag was raised. That was such a great opportunity right there.
You have to think that Maharlika just put themselves in that position. Park already could have cleared that one out of danger, but chose to send that one back. Eventually, they got caught by the high press again. Another Hartman special, finding Agyemang. Would have been a thing of beauty, but offside. And Maharlika were lucky to get away with that.
And from the looks of it as well, it has caused some, hopefully temporary damage to Kenry Balobo, who has been doing his best to keep his Maharlika side afloat today. And so far, with the number of saves that he has done, it has certainly prevented a rout coming from a team that's been so accurate. Look at that.
But he's not offside. You'd have to think that he wasn't offside. There was a player that was behind him on that right-hand side.
Yeah, I think that was Ibarle who should have actually put him onside, but I think I'm not sure. Perhaps maybe the angle of the referee is different, but that's the thing. It's either a mistake or it's either our mistake. But then the play goes on, and it's still in favor of Taguig with that lone goal, 77th minute. So it's turning into a bit more difficult situation for Maharlika, because the more that they try to hang on to the ball, the more that they make mistakes now.
Like I said, Maharlika very lucky to get away with that. Put themselves in that predicament. They were lucky the call went their way. But a 1-0 lead for Taguig. Not enough to really say put this to bed and they can park the bus, because Maharlika, though they've had a few chances, you still know that their players are very much capable of finding the back of the net.
Well, that just goes out of play, and Maharlika really needs to step up if they want to get something out of this game. Ball just goes over, nobody there. And I think the last touch was coming from Maharlika, so it goes back the other way.
And introduction of Aldeguer as well, who's just continued on that high-paced pressure that they've been putting on that back line of Maharlika. Exploiting one of their weaknesses as well.
Taguig just keeping it down, keeping it under control. Ball goes out. Throw for Maharlika. Ibarle wants to take it. Zan couldn't find a teammate there. Aldeguer fighting for it in midfield and couldn't keep it within the playing field. Now Maharlika really has this urgency to get the play going as quick as they can. Ibarle finds a teammate. No, he finds an opponent with that throw. And the clearance now could turn into a good pass. But Agyemang just not quick enough for it that time.
Lucindo able to get head to it first, to pass that one back to Balobo. A great intention from Taguig.
That would have been a quick pass to Ibrahim there, but he wasn't ready for it. Now Taguig could be away. Pass to Reichelt, just needs to control it. Cleared by Minzy. Still, the danger just keeps adding up for this Maharlika side, and they have just conceded another corner, I believe. But looks like they will have to wait as another player is down. Whatever happened there was off screen, so we aren't able to confirm what happened and what took the player down. But he is receiving medical attention.
Not mistaken, that's Agyamang who is down for the side of Taguig.
And I think the physio is signaling. Could be another swap. Yeah, looks like it might be. Isaac Agyamang.
It's a bit unfortunate. He was a halftime substitution who was just introduced at the start of the second half. Nonetheless, he will be subbed out and Kurt Dizon will take his place. The depth in the squad of this Taguig, having former national team players available to them in their pocket.
Is replaced by player number 19, Kurt Dizon.
And again, that's pretty much one of the highlights that I think you and I had discussed in a previous game, that the depth of the squad is really, really critical when it comes to challenging for the title. Header, nice save by Balobo, and great clearance there from the defender.
And Sato, on the few instances that he has been on that attacking end, especially in the second half, he has created chances. There was a first post delivery. Sato gets ahead to it, but Balobo, quick reaction from him.
Yeah, Taguig certainly just want to press on, want to show some of their dominance here. Hartman again. That would have been a fantastic pass forward, but that was offside. Now they will have a free kick and they want to take it quickly, but still the ball is just not going back to them fast enough. I don't see the urgency in this Maharlika team right now. They certainly are taking a lot of their time for the off-the-ball movements or off-the-game movements. Now they do. Kim wants to pass it on. He does. Yong-suk to Kim again. Kim just needs to take control. Wants to pass in. Somebody needs to be there, and no one was. It was straight into the hands of Kupic. You could see Uzoka trying to get into the path of that ball.
That was great awareness from Kupic. First to the ball.
And again, they will have to keep contending against the relentless pressure being put on by Taguig. Looks like we have a couple of substitutions in the offing as well.
Substitutions for Maharlika.
So it looks like a couple of changes here. Salino. Looks like Maharlika is still trying to do some changes here. Opong and Edie to see if they are able to make some important changes here, put the balance back into the game. Because right now they certainly are in need of it. Taguig just imposing themselves on that left flank now. Key pass. As for Maharlika to move forward, there is some space down midfield. They just need the right pass, and that was not the right pass. Looking for Uzoka. And now Taguig is just back in possession, and they can clear this ball and just take that pressure away. Momentum is slowly creeping up behind, coming from Maharlika. They need to make the most of it. Young Suk now. Young Suk gets away from two. He just needs a good delivery in. He is still being hounded. Oh, that was almost so close, but Maharlika still has a chance here on that right side. Sato down on the ground, no foul called. But again, Maharlika didn't take advantage of it. They complained instead. And now the ball and the momentum is gone. Marzan down at midfield. The play has not stopped. The referee has not blown. They have to keep playing here. Menzi shifts the play to the right. For an incisive pass to cut them down the middle. But Uzoka loses the ball. Good recovery though. Opong gets it. Still no signs of being able to break through Maharlika, but they are continually knocking down on that door. Marzan shifts the play to the right side again, and Maharlika loses the ball on the right side again. The foul has been called by referee. And tempers again are flaring, because this is still a game where something can still happen for either team if they play their cards right.
Time not on the side of Maharlika. They are trailing.
So far.
That clearly was a foul on Hiraishi. Just a push on the back.
It was a fair call by the referee this time around. Now, Taguig could just take their precious time, eating away at both the time and the morale of the Maharlika side. Patrick Reichelt, that was so close, but it's still not done. Aldeguer has the ball, back to Reichelt, and they want to restart while they have the ball up high. Oliver Bias passes to Hartman, and Hartman finds Aldeguer. Aldeguer plays his way in, but he is taking the ground. Nothing doing, says the referee. Kim against two. He's trying to play the ball out. The third defender knocks the ball out of him. But still Maharlika keeps it, and now it is still game on for them in the last 1 minute and change of regulation.
Taguig looking really dangerous up on top. They've created a lot of challenging moments for the defensive line of Maharlika.
Unfortunate that ball, but still Maharlika really trying to get that back. Hartman now just biding his time, usually the player who makes the long passes, but this time dispossessed. Young Suk, however, was not able to keep that ball. Maharlika, though, still gets to keep possession, and they can continue playing on. Apam. Menzi. Ibarle. Weighing their options, but time is not their friend. The build-up must be quick, and they are trying. Park, good pass to Apong. Trying to go for Edie, but couldn't get it. Menzi, still really hard for Maharlika to get a chance or two. And now Taguig is back. Apong pressing his way, trying to get that ball back into his team. And I think he succeeds. Now Maharlika needs to play it quickly. Maharlika loses it. Reichelt with a good pass to Sato. Sato now on the left. Chance to deliver that ball and add to their insurance.
Referee puts there will be 6 minutes of added time to this matchup.
Considering the number of fouls, that is no surprise. But what the gig is certainly keeping it in control. Kupic gets Aldeguer. Maharlika knows they are running out. Reichelt tries to bounce it, but Kenry Balobo is faster than the ball.
What a pass from the back there to find Reichelt up on top, just slicing through the defenders. Just a touch too heavy. It fell in the way of Maharlika.
Well, Maharlika is still throwing everything but the kitchen sink into the final attacking third. And they will need it. Kim. Still Kim. Good pass back from Uzoka. Kim is back, but the defense is really making it hard for him. Kim again. Young-suk now against Hiraishi. Marzan. Hiraishi gives chase. Back to Menzi. Now they shift to the right. Opong just needs a good pass here. Opts to shuffle the ball. Menzi. Barle. Finds Kim on the left. Kim. Offload to Edie. Edie against two. Ball bounces off of that cross. And what the gig just gets it back. Patrick Reichelt now. And they have some numbers here. Hiraishi just needs to control. Reichelt is in the waiting. He takes it himself. And good save by Balobo, but still not good enough for Maharlika. The time is running out.
Taguig showing again the accuracy with the deliveries. Reichelt able to get away from the press and find the run of Hiraishi. Every time that they've gone on the attack, they really have been dangerous.
That is something that's currently lacking with the Maharlika squad within these last 5 minutes. So far, they have been knocking on, just trying to get into the final attacking third, but nothing doing with the chances. And now Taguig is back. Opong, great way to take that ball back. Park. Need to do it quickly, whatever they have in mind. Uzoka loses it. Sato plays it back. Now Hartman has it, and Hartman was taken to ground, but no foul called by the referee. And still, Maharlika is not able to continue with their press and have to restart. Time is running out for them. 2 minutes and a half remaining. Back to Kim on that favored left side. Young-suk fakes Hartman, makes that long pass to Uzoka, but not quick enough. Kupic hangs on to it, and with it, some more seconds off the clock. Out of your seats, because something might just happen within the last 2 minutes. We can feel the buildup. But the outcome is still unclear. Neither side wants to give way to the other. Despite Taguig already being in the driver's seat. There is still some fighting from the passengers in the back. Taguig clears again. Reichelt gives chase. Almost nicks it away from Menzi. A minute and a quarter remaining. Opong, what does he have in store? Looking to play it through the wing. But the tackle from Sato just keeps it away temporarily as the build-up continues. Final 60 seconds. It looks like they might just go all in right now.
Last chance for Maharlika to really make something out of nothing here. Take advantage of a long throw inside the box. Try to just cause some troubles and at least salvage a draw.
Well, there's that long throw we were talking about, but still well handled by the one Taguig defense. But it is just not over yet because we have a corner and Kenry Balobo is making his way forward. All hands on deck.
Style with Coach Moon Hong's style of play. Go hard or go home. And they're decided to go all in the last few seconds of this matchup.
Well, all the chips are down. It's now time to reveal your hand with this corner. The delivery, in it comes. Oh, and Opong could not direct it. And that just fizzles out in favor of one Taguig, who is now just waiting for confirmation. But the referee just lets it play on, as there has been some time off the ball during stoppage, but not very much, I'd assume.
You know, there could have been that last threat of the match, that last chance for Maharlika. As you mentioned, to salvage a point here. Time definitely not on the side of Maharlika. One Taguig are just a whistle away from going home with the 3 points.
Well, Meliton Pelayo is still letting it play out. He does not look like he's stopping it within the next few seconds. He might just allow one more play for Maharlika. But Maharlika, if they want to salvage this game, needs to make something out of it, and that was not the movement that would do it. But still, no whistle. Oh. No, still not the whistle we were waiting for. What the gig with the throw. And referee just says, let's just get it over with. Sato takes the throw. And still one Taguig hangs on to possession. Referee with the whistle in his mouth and still letting this one play. Aldeguer blocked. And Kim now has the ball, but does he have the time? Well, Meliton Pelayo is still letting it play out. And the foul has been called. And the card has been raised. Daisuke Sato in the books, but he wants this to be taken as quick as they can.
We're already 2 minutes over the allotted 6 minutes of added time.
Well, if the corner wasn't the last play, I'm sure this ought to be the one. And Kenry Balobo needs to find his target this time. Long pass. It makes it to the box, but into the hands of Kupic. And the referee has blown the whistle. And Juan Taguig has survived the final minutes of onslaught coming from Maharlika. It has been a spectacular evening, and this is just game 2 of 3.
Quality work from Juan Taguig all around the pitch. They were able to secure a clean sheet. They were able to secure the 3 points. They were very dominant throughout this match. Tactically doing really well, the side of Coach Scott Cooper, knowing when to press, taking advantage of the high press, adjusting really well, and exposing the weaknesses of Maharlika to secure this hard-earned victory for the side of Juan Taguig.
Well, it has been a game of chances, and you could see right there from the replays.
This was the goal that happened. Sato just continuing on his run. Gets to it first, cut back pass to Casemiro. But the whole second half, Juan Taguig creating chance after chance. Defensive duties stood strong, testing being tested throughout that whole second half, continuously from that first half. Mark Hartman with the great deliveries inside the box. This was another header from a corner that they played. Reichelt able to pick out Hiraishi. Balobo had to do a lot throughout the whole game. Valiant effort to him as well. This scoreline could have been much more as well if it wasn't for his heroic efforts at the back.
Well, so far with this result now happening, Juan Taguig is yet again breathing down the necks of the league leaders, Kaya FC, who they've just defeated. And now another neck-and-neck game. This does not only say that Juan Taguig is the dominant team, but it also says about the quality that Maharlika is now showing. They are up here with the big boys, and they are here to make a run for your money. Right now, it may have been the game that we've been waiting for, and this game has certainly taken a lot. So far, it ends Maharlika FC 0, 1 Taguig FC 1. This has been Glenn Casas alongside Tasha Alquimos Dato bringing you the action. And next match, we still have Aguilas FC versus Cebu FC coming to you next.
He said he's very happy with the winner today, and this is because we work hard every day.
He has any message to the fans of Juan Taguig?
Você tem alguma mensagem para os fãs do Vod Maharlika?
Venha torcer pela gente. Venha torcer pela gente.
He asked the fans to come to the stadium and support us.